Have you ever watched someone completely dominate their field and wondered what secret they possess that you don't? Maybe it's a surgeon performing a complex operation with seemingly supernatural precision, or an athlete making impossible moves look effortless, or even that colleague who cranks out brilliant work while everyone else struggles. Here's the thing that might surprise you. They're not necessarily more talented than you are. They've simply learned to tap into something that exists within every human brain, a state so powerful that it can transform ordinary people into extraordinary performers. Scientists call it flow state, and today you're going to discover exactly how to access this hidden superpower. Most people think peak performance is about grinding harder, working longer hours, or having some genetic advantage. But neuroscience reveals something far more fascinating. When researchers hook up electrodes to the brains of people in peak performance, they discover something remarkable happening. The brain doesn't become more active during these moments, it actually becomes more efficient. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for self-criticism and overthinking, starts to quiet down. Meanwhile, the areas responsible for pattern recognition, creativity, and automatic responses light up like a Christmas tree. This is your brain on flow, and it's accessible to anyone willing to understand the mechanics. The term flow was coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. After studying thousands of high performers across different fields, what he found was that regardless of whether someone was a chess grandmaster, a rock climber, or a jazz musician, they all described similar experiences during their peak moments. Time seemed to bend. Self-consciousness disappeared. Actions flowed effortlessly from thought. Most importantly, the activity became intrinsically rewarding, meaning the process itself became the reward, not just the outcome. But here's where most explanations of flow fall short. They treat it like some mystical experience that randomly happens to lucky people. The reality is far more practical and accessible. Flow is actually a predictable neurological state that occurs when specific conditions are met. Your brain is constantly calculating the relationship between the challenge you're facing and your perceived skill level. When these two factors align in just the right way, your nervous system shifts into an optimal performance mode. Think about the last time you were completely absorbed in an activity. Maybe you were having an engaging conversation, playing a video game, or working on a project you cared about. During those moments, you probably lost track of time, stopped worrying about how you looked to others, and felt a sense of effortless control. That's flow in action, and it's happening because your brain found the sweet spot between boredom and anxiety. The neuroscience behind this is fascinating. During flow states, your brain releases a cocktail of performance-enhancing chemicals, including norepinephrine, which heightens focus and attention, dopamine, which drives motivation and reward-seeking, endorphins, which create pleasure and mask pain, and anandamida, which promotes lateral thinking and creative insights. This neurochemical recipe is more potent than most performance-enhancing drugs, and it's completely natural and healthy. Professional athletes have known about this state for decades, though they might call it being in the zone. Michael Jordan described it as feeling like the basket was wider during crucial games. Tennis players talk about the ball appearing to move in slow motion. Swimmers report feeling like they're gliding through water with supernatural efficiency. These aren't metaphors or exaggerations. They're accurate descriptions of what happens when the brain optimizes itself for performance. But flow isn't limited to sports. Surgeons experience it during complex operations, feeling completely connected to their instruments and patients. Writers describe hours passing like minutes when words flow effortlessly onto the page. Musicians lose themselves in improvisation, creating music that surprises even them. Programmers debug complex code with intuitive leaps that seem to come from nowhere. The common thread isn't the activity itself, but the psychological conditions that allow flow to emerge. So how do you intentionally create these conditions? The first requirement is clear goals. Your brain needs to know exactly what success looks like in any given moment. This doesn't mean having vague aspirations like getting better at something. It means having specific, immediate objectives that you can measure in real time. A basketball player focusing on their shooting form for the next 10 shots. A writer committing to completing one solid paragraph. A student dedicating the next hour to understanding one specific concept. The second crucial element is immediate feedback. Your brain needs constant information about how well you're performing relative to your goal. This feedback loop allows for rapid adjustments and keeps you locked into the present moment. Without it, your mind starts wandering, self-doubt creeps in, and flow becomes impossible. The best performers actively seek out and create feedback mechanisms, whether it's a coach, a mentor, measuring tools, or simply paying closer attention to the results of their actions. The third component is the challenge-skill balance. This is where most people go wrong. If the challenge is too easy relative to your skill level, you'll become bored and disengaged. If it's too difficult, anxiety takes over and performance suffers. Flow exists in that narrow band where the challenge slightly exceeds your current comfort zone but remains achievable with focused effort. Elite performers constantly adjust this balance, seeking progressively harder challenges as their skills develop. Here's a practical exercise you can try right now. Pick any skill you want to improve and create a 15-minute focused practice session. Define one specific aspect you want to work on during this time. Set up a way to get immediate feedback on your performance. Then gradually increase the difficulty until you feel that slight edge of challenge without becoming overwhelmed. Notice how your attention naturally narrows and external distractions fade away. One of the biggest obstacles to flow is what psychologists call the paradox of control. People think they need to force their way into peak performance through willpower and effort. But flow requires a delicate balance between control and letting go. You need enough control to maintain focus and execute your skills. But you also need to release the tight grip of self-consciousness that prevents natural, intuitive responses from emerging. This is why meditation and mindfulness practices are so valuable for developing flow capacity. They train your brain to maintain focused attention while simultaneously reducing the internal commentary that disrupts performance. You don't need to become a meditation master, but even 5 minutes of daily mindfulness practice can significantly improve your ability to access flow states. Another critical factor is eliminating distractions before you begin. Flow requires complete absorption in the present moment, which is impossible when your phone is buzzing, emails are piling up, or you're worried about other responsibilities. Create a distraction-free environment and commit to protecting that space for the duration of your flow session. The beauty of flow is that it becomes self-reinforcing. Each successful flow experience makes future ones more accessible. Your brain learns to recognize the conditions that trigger this optimal state and begins seeking them out automatically. Over time, you'll find yourself naturally gravitating toward activities and environments that support flow, while avoiding those that prevent it. Perhaps most importantly, regular flow experiences don't just improve performance in specific activities. They create lasting changes in confidence, creativity, and overall life satisfaction. People who regularly experience flow report higher levels of happiness, stronger resilience in the face of challenges, and a greater sense of meaning in their daily activities. Your brain already possesses everything needed to access extraordinary performance. Flow isn't a gift reserved for the exceptionally talented. It's a natural human capacity waiting to be unleashed through understanding and practice. Start small, be consistent, and prepare to discover capabilities you never knew you had. If you got value from this video, like it and subscribe to our channel.